everyone. I'm Art Baudo. I'm a Principal Product Marketing Manager here at AWS. And joining me today from Informatica is Gopi. So Gopi, why don't you introduce yourself here to get started?
Hi there. Thanks, Art, and thanks to AWS. So I'm Gopi Sankaran. I'm the Vice President for Strategic Ecosystems at Informatica.
So Gopi, Informatica and AWS have had a long-standing relationship with each other. And could you talk to us a little bit more about Informatica for anybody who's out there who has not heard of Informatica, and give us a little bit of an overview here of Informatica for folks out there?
Definitely. So Informatica and the AWS partnership is one of the most long-standing partnership because for just to give a context of that, I'd always say that Informatica has been a launch partner of Redshift and has been a sponsor of the first reInvent. Our cloud journey started with AWS, and today it is going really, really strong. And the purpose of Informatica has always been around data management. Our goal is to address the critical data challenges of customers, especially AWS customers, helping them in their cloud modernization journey or the data-led modernization journey. And we have a very, very strategic and a tight partnership with Redshift. The way to look at Informatica is more about Informatica being the data management platform, while Redshift and the other AWS data services being the analytics platform. And together we collaborate, we co-innovate, and address customer needs, which has resulted in a whole bunch of customer success. We have close to 1,000 plus joint customers today. And it has been a very strong partnership. It has been a strong relationship across many domains, across many industries, and we are looking forward for further success.
Yeah, so over 1,000 customers is a testament to an incredible story and a relationship back and forth between AWS and Informatica. I also believe at this time that Gartner has listed Informatica as a leader in data integration. Correct?
Yes, it is actually not just data integration. So the last 8 years or something, we have been the leader in the Magic Quadrant. Actually, not just in the leader quadrant, but we have been like the undisputed leader for data integration, master data management, data quality. Again, these are all the areas of critical data challenges that we satisfy. Yes, Gartner, then also with respect to Forrester. So industry-wide, Informatica has been recognized as the leader when it comes to data management solutions. And this is actually possible also because our flagship product, which is the Informatica's Intelligent Data Management Cloud, which is a SaaS solution, and it is built on AWS. And that also includes that it uses the building blocks of the AWS services, from EC2 to Neptune to most of the cutting edge services of AWS. And we integrate directly with Redshift and also with other data services. And these are the reasons where, as we innovate together with AWS, it is getting recognized by analysts like Gartner.
Yeah, and I think that the partnership and the work that you've done on everything from Redshift to EC2 and other areas kind of is a testament of the versatility as well of Informatica and the work that you do. So maybe you could talk to us a little bit. Today, we're going to focus today on the Redshift aspect of the relationship in this conversation, Gopi, but maybe you could talk about some of the unique solutions that Informatica brings, excuse me, and Redshift, and in terms of Redshift and the advantages customers have and that they're able to take advantage of using Redshift with Informatica.
Definitely. So as I earlier mentioned, that the way we look at it, or most of the customers look at it, is like, especially in cloud, they need scale, they need agility, and what better than an analytics platform which is built on Redshift. But anytime you have an analytics platform, there's a lot of pre-work that needs to be done, and that includes the data management piece. And that is where Informatica comes into place. So this is like the most complementary solution you can find in the market, where the data management platform with Informatica, along with the analytics platform led by Redshift, work in a very complementary way. This has also been recognized by AWS also is because last year, actually at reInvent, Informatica was recognized as the design partner of the year, the global design partner of the year. Basically, what it means is we have been innovating with AWS and created a lot of design patterns in the market globally. And this has been actually even landed with customers. And the other big award, which we were granted by AWS at reInvent 2022, was we were recognized as the data and analytics AWS partner for the of the year for North America. Again, both of these wins are part of some of the core work what we have been doing with Redshift. So when I earlier mentioned that what is Informatica's value proposition is around the critical data challenges for customers. So what Informatica does at that point is we have an ability to go and go find the data in the enterprise. So discovery of the data. And it is not just about the discovery of the data. We can get the data to the right location like Redshift. To do that, what we have done as part of our data integration is to build these high scale, high performance connectors, which directly have the ability to go get the data from the multitude of sources. 200, we have around 200 plus enterprise sources through which to bidirectional connectors we have built, and these can actually go and connect, can get the data to Redshift. Some of the unique things what we do when it comes to working with an analytics platform built on Redshift is we not just get the data, populate the data in Redshift, we also ensure that there is a what's the quality of the data. If we can go and cleanse the data so that we can ensure that the data is usable, we can go and identify what are the sensitive information associated with the data as part of profiling. So this would be like any of the PI information or the personal information that needs to be tagged. And so that when the data gets to Redshift, to an analytics platform, it is like the cleansed data of high quality that can be used for trusted analytics. The
Yeah.
other, sorry, one second. The other unique thing when it comes to Redshift, also we also do is we also have a governance platform, and all these are available as part of our Informatica's Intelligent Data Management Cloud. And the governance platform also ensures that the right people have the right access to the data, and all these are directly embedded and connected with the Redshift platform. As Redshift is built for the purpose-built database, as a purpose-built data warehouse, our intelligent data management cloud is also aligned to that purpose-built nature of the data warehouse, where we have an ability to go and address all the data challenges, so that when we get into the analytics platform, people can go and unleash whatever is needed as part of their insights and the data analytics that is needed. So that is where the overall model is actually built between the complementary solution between Informatica and AWS Redshift and Amazon Redshift.
Yeah, so your services are helping people take advantage, if you will, of their own data as well, right? I love your acronym here, Claire, using the AI as well. And I do want to just reference and acknowledge the list of kind of impressive customers that we talked about that we had on the other slide, because I think it's really emblematic of the fact that they span so many industries and different types of customers that are there that are using the informatics platform here in concert with Redshift. So kind of being able to, everyone has a lot of data. It's how to be able to leverage and work on that data as well. And I think, you mentioned making sure that the data is cleansed before it is used in the cloud, and the importance of that. I believe that's probably the importance of that to your customers as well as a benefit, right?
Oh, definitely. Actually, if you can go back to the previous slide on the customers, I can actually give you an idea of how these customers are using, and the customer success is also getting built, and that will give some context of the complementary what both our companies are co-innovating now. So you look here and you'll be looking at this like, hey, these are some of the top Fortune 500 Global 1000 companies.
Yeah.
And the breadth of these companies actually go across from banking and finance services, like in regulated industries of like public sector industries, healthcare, pharma, to other industries like retail, manufacturing, oil and gas, auto, transportation. So this is where when I initially mentioned that, hey, we have like thousands of customers, this is a small representation of that. I would like to highlight a couple of customers and see that, and also explain as to how Informatica works together with Redshift. I'll take first from a public sector, because this is obviously one of the most regulated industries in the world. That would be, let's take a Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Yeah, I
This is
think this is a great way to get started, by the way, as well with the public sector, because as you mentioned, the regulation that's required and the sensitivity surrounding data in the public sector. So yeah, let's talk about the.
Exactly. That's a very, very good way you have put it, because at Commonwealth of Massachusetts, they were in a path to a data-led modernization. What they needed was around the scale and the agility, which only the AWS platform can provide. And within the AWS platform, it is just not the cloud modernization, it is a data-led modernization. And when you say data-led modernization, the first start for Commonwealth of Massachusetts was Redshift. Because without a robust, trusted analytics platform, you can call yourself as, hey, you're doing everything in the cloud, but are you actually using it?
That's
So
right.
so when we were working, actually, this is an interesting opportunity, because we were working both with AWS and the customer and some system integrators, so that we can actually work together so that we can get the right solutions for the customers. The end customer here are the constituents of Massachusetts, and also the people who work at the Massachusetts executive offices. And the data that needed to be corralled and get into the analytics platform were all sorts of sensitive data, whether it is a financial data, whether it is a citizen data, the employees' human resource management data. So all sorts of sensitive information, using which you can actually drive the right analytics so that you can provide the right services that constituents need. So to do
And I
that,
think, sorry, I
sorry.
was just going to interrupt and say, particularly, this is a great example when you talk about sensitivity associated with that data that's in there that we were mentioning before, because, there's a lot of the government needs certain personal information from individuals such as myself, if I happen to live in Massachusetts, in order to accomplish a task. But only certain people should be seeing that and using that. And it's a testament to kind of some of the work you're doing and working here with Redshift to make sure that it's a need to know basis as well.
Yes, very well said. So because it is all these sensitive data, even as the data comes from the various sources, you actually have to figure out as to, hey, what sort of quality do we have the sensitivity tags applied to all these data, so that when the data gets to the right location within Redshift with all the right profiling, it actually helps the analytics platform for Redshift. And this is where Informatica's IDMC, or the Intelligent Data Management Cloud's suite of services, helps us. It not just goes and gets the data, but it also goes and addresses the quality, the trust, the cleanliness of the data, the governance associated with the data, as you very well said, that who has the access, who can see this data, who cannot see this data. All that information gets nicely packaged and then gets into Redshift. So once it gets into Redshift, now Redshift can do its magic. Basically, whatever is needed to drive that insights, drive the analytics that is needed, so that now, as customers and the constituents, whatever other services they need, they can achieve. We had a similar success story also in a similar regulated industry, and this is also a very interesting use case, because this is with respect to Gilead Sciences. If you do not know Gilead, they make drugs. It has to go through a lot of clinical trials, and they are leaders in their space. And with respect to Gilead, it was more about like the massive quantities of data. The amount of data they create is massive. It is in petabyte scale. Again, the scale, agility needed. You needed a platform for data management that can manage that scale, and you need an analytics platform which can go and drive the insights for that scale and agility. And Gilead is one of the other recent success stories. A lot of that information is available in public domain. And this is about how do you get a cloud data marketplace so that folks can actually go, and data scientists, data analysts can actually use the data, how to profile the data on Redshift, in the most efficient way. Things that used to take like 6 months to 8 months can now be actually solved in less than 24 hours. So there is a lot of value that both the platforms of Informatica and Redshift were able to bring for Gilead. And again, these sorts of customer success became the foundation for the overall partnership, which is built between Informatica and AWS.
Those are two really good examples from slightly different industries, but it also goes to show, in two industries that both can create a tremendous amount of data, both have some heavy amounts of regulation that are associated, how flexible the solution of Redshift and also Informatica can be in developing that and delivering that. So it's always great to have a customer example here, Gopi, and I appreciate, you're bringing those out. I think we talked a little bit about how AWS and Redshift have aligned, in the past year, but maybe you can talk about where customers can find Informatica as well out there.
Definitely. There are two things I would like to call here. One is, as we were talking about, between Informatica and Redshift being one of the most complementary solutions in the market. One of the other things which we have been also trying to work with Redshift, with the blessings of the Redshift team, is around how can we make it as a seamless integration or a seamless experience for customers to not just discover Informatica, but also use both the data management platform and the analytics platform together. So because of that, earlier at reInvent, we announced a free service from Informatica called as Informatica Data Loader, and that is available directly from the Redshift console. You can discover it directly from Redshift console. But we have also started to go a little bit more in addressing what other things customers would need so that they can start on their analytics journey as fast as possible. So you can use this QR code and find the cloud data integration free for Amazon Redshift. And using that, customers can not just load data, but they can also do transformations. And again, all this is about a seamless, frictionless experience for customers to start their analytics and Redshift journey. The other thing when it comes to anytime when we work with AWS, I should also call out is for the easier discovery is around Informatica is available for transaction on AWS Marketplace. So anyone who wants to procure Informatica or work with Informatica and AWS together, they can easily find Informatica on the marketplace, and all our solutions can be procured, purchased, everything through the marketplace. So our goal is to make is all about frictionless, which is discovery of Informatica within the context of Redshift, within the context of AWS, is a huge goal. And the second part is we always wanted to look at it as how we can make a seamless experience for customers so that when customers are embarking on an analytics journey with Redshift, they also have the best of the breed solution from Informatica's Intelligent Data Management Cloud. And again, remove as much of the barriers of entry for them so that they can easily get the data so that they can go start on their analytics journey with Redshift as fast as possible.
Yeah, Gopi, I love those points and that kind of focus on the customers as well as, we share that at Amazon, at AWS, the working back from customers and the desire to make sure that it is as frictionless as possible, either coming to the cloud or transporting your data, in this case, to the cloud and doing analysis like this. So it's really been a pleasure having this conversation with you today, Gopi. And I think that, Informatica is an excellent partner, or has been an excellent partner and continues to be as we look toward a future together using that. So I want to thank you, and thanks to folks from Informatica for being here and joining me today.
Oh, thanks, Dan. Appreciate everyone in the Redshift team, everyone at the AWS team, and also my own Informatica team also, is because this is a collaboration that is not just built on, hey, we have like 10, 15 customers, so we have joint customers, so we are a partnership or anything like that. It is long-standing. It is, again, from the initial days of AWS, we have leaned in very heavily with respect to AWS and also with respect to Redshift, because this is analytics and data management is an area where we are deeply focused in. That is where our core solution is. As you mentioned, we share the core values of customer first, customer delight, and how we wanted to address the customer challenges and work backwards on that. So there is an excellent alignment between both the organizations, and it has just been taken to a next level with the amount of innovation that is coming from AWS and Informatica together. And we are looking forward to the next 10, 15 years of more innovations, better solutions, and a better together story for our customers.
Yeah, I love the looking forward story as well. And it's hard for me sometimes to believe how kind of young the cloud is and where we're going. I think 10, 15 years out ahead of us, Gopi, is, will be an even more exciting time than it is now. So thank you again for joining us. And we've really appreciated having you here today.
I appreciate it. Thank you.